Hi, super smarties. Welcome. Let the learning begin. Awesome. So let's take a temperature check. It is Sunday. I love Sunday, and it's a special day. It is Mom's Day. Luckiest mom ever. Except for your mom. Your mom better be the luckiest mom ever today. Hope you did something super, super special. I'm waiting to see what's specially done for me. All kinds of stuff I want, but mostly I want my kids to be behaving, get along. One peaceful day. That would be bliss. All right, so I'm in the green zone, regulated and ready to learn. And today I wanted to introduce you to something that's really neat that you can use at home too. So, have you seen those little lights that you can push on? They have a battery in them, and usually there's like a 2 or a 4 pack. When I got these, they were really large, and I think there was only 1 per pack, and they were kind of expensive. Now they have smaller ones, so these are super great to use. They're like $13 for like 2 of them. Maybe $20, $24 for 4, but they last a really long time. Now, what you can do is you take a permanent marker and then you color over them. And I use these for a lot of different reasons. I use them when I'm doing beginning, middle, and ending sound. I use them when friends are having a hard time regulating because it's a really good nonverbal, that means you're not talking, cue for telling readiness. Like, I just need some space. Now, I use 3 of them in my room. I also had a black one. Well, it wasn't really black. It was black when I colored it, but then when we turned the light on, it turned purple, so it was kind of funny. And I used that when I was using it with math, and I was using it with language arts. But what's really fun, if you want to get traction action on some of the other things we do, you can use these. So they're wonderful tools, but I especially love using them with mindfulness because they indicate readiness, and you can use them, let's say that you were in the red zone or in the yellow zone. So red means stop, and what you do is you push the button, and on comes the light. And you can breathe. Or you could use some other tool. Now, I have a box of things in my classroom, and I keep one in my home for my children too, and for myself. I have 2 boxes. One is called a calming container, and we keep all kinds of things in there that you can touch and you can fidget with, like a fidget spinner, a squeezy ball, little finger puppets. They're like hourglasses, but they have the liquid that goes through them, different colors. And so it's just things like that you can just sit, and while you're just stay, I need some space. This is stop. I just need some space. You can see the red kind of, but the white light is shining through really brightly. And then before you move to the next one, you touch it again. And I also have a calm down container. They have some of the same things, but I have this big toy in there from when my children were really, really little people, and it has balls in it. You can whack the balls like whack-a-mole, so you get some of that stress out, and stacking character, like the little stacking dolls. And then when you move out of red, you turn the red off, pause and wait. So the yellow comes on because you're moving away from that zone. You're out of the red zone. You still need a little bit more space and time, but you may be able to be approached, so you can feel your body calming down. And what this is kind of like when you take a temperature check to see how you're feeling. This is using these tools to really sense self-awareness. Where am I and how am I feeling? The goal is to be breathing mindfully, and then using distractors. So you could do this. You could do this. You could even tap on something, even tap on yourself, like, hey, 27. Rain on the brain. And as you feel yourself regulating and getting closer to green, so it's stop, then pause, and then green can be the indication that you are ready to move on and you're ready to be approached. And then you're regulated and ready to learn. But these are wonderful tools, and they're kind of inexpensive, and they're super fun. You can also use them for games. So if you're looking at work that, say, we've done and you want to play a game with it, someone could pick up a card and you have to push the button as fast as you can before you say the information. So you learn how to hold the information and wait for it to be retrieved. Because as you get to the bigger grades, it's really important that you don't just blurt out the answers as they come to you. Ooh, 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 no monkeys. Me, 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 me. No parrots. No leeches. You can't touch anyone either. So you just have to be very mindful, respectful, responsible, and intentional. So that's a great mind shift for you to consider. But you do have to have the tools. You could just make little papers, so you could scribble color, make some circles, scribble color on them, cut them out, and then you could just move those. But there's nothing quite like the lights. It's really fun to have them. Push them and push them again. They just feel like game pieces. So, and you have to use permanent marker, because if you use anything but permanent marker, it bleeds off and wipes off on your hand. All right, so let's come over to our portable calendar. This is a very special day. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 de mayo is un mamá day. I think I said that right. Un mamá. Bonito mamá. When I was little, my dad used to call my mom Mamacita. Mamacita, Mamacita. One of my favorite songs at Christmas is Mamacita, la la la, Christmas time. I don't know the rest of it, I just know the tune. My teaching partner, her kids sing it. It's my favorite song. I just wait and wait and wait for it. I love them to sing that song to me. All right, so we are going to jump up from a single digit day to a double digit day. So I'm going to erase my 9. And I'm going to replace it with a 10. I put a 1 in the 10's place. I put a 0 in the 1's place. 10. I'm going to fill in my 20. Double 10 and you have 20. 5, 10, 20. Oh, that sounds funny, huh? Too bad it's not 15. 5, 10, 15. But for some of you, you wouldn't have even been born then. So let's just stay in 20. Although this is an odd year. Would be a very odd year to be born. No one would forget it. No one will ever forget this year. Although everybody wants to. Okay, 5-10-20. We need a face space. It's Sunday. And I want to adopt a little baby, and I'm going to name her Grace. So I'm going to use Grace the face space for Sunday. All right, yesterday was, if today is Sunday and we've swept up to the top, then we know the last day of the week is Saturday. So I'm going to put a face space, Sat, S-A-T, of turkey, not spider, day, D-A-Y. And let's put a period. It's just a telling sentence. And we're going to erase the Saturday on the next line. Saturday is now in the past, so that makes today one day after Saturday. This is the other weekend day, so it's another day. It is. It's a compound word. Do you remember it? Do you remember it? It is Sunday. The crowd goes wild. Sunday. So we have Friday, the hot and spicy day, and then we have Sunday, another hot day, but not spicy, I guess. Sunday. Capital S-U-N-D-A-Y. Just a telling sentence as well. And if today is Sunday, yesterday, or tomorrow can't be Sunday. Today is Sunday. Yesterday is Saturday. Yesterday was Saturday. Today is Sunday. Tomorrow will be. Will be. Was, is, will be. That has to do with time. So which tense? Past tense, was. Present tense, is. Future tense, will be. So if yesterday was Saturday and today is Sunday, then tomorrow will be Monday. And Monday is the second day of the week. Capital M-O-N-D-A-Y. And that's in the future. Today is, and I can leave the S from Saturday and I can turn it into a U-N. D-A-Y and make it Sunday. I can take away the 9 and I can turn it into a 10. 1 in the 10's place, 0 in the 1's place. Today is Sunday, May 10th, 2020. It's Happy Mother's Day. I have a mom. You have a mom, and my mom has a mom. She's my grandma. Mom has a mom. She's my grandma. Mom has a mom. She's my grandma. She's another mother who loves me. This is all the Mother's Day. And if you're a daughter, you made somebody a mother, so you can celebrate you too. So we're celebrating women today. Woo, woo, little women and big women, young women and old women, and all the women in between. And boys, you made your mom a mom too, so let's celebrate you too. And dads, you helped your mom become a mom, so let's celebrate everybody, but particularly mom. All right, let's look at our nano lesson. And when I was a little girl, there was a show on TV called Mork and Mindy. And Mork was was not a country, it was a planet. Maybe there's countries on the planet, but it was called Ork. And he would go like this, and he'd say, nano, 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 nano. It was nano, nano, I think, but I'm going to say nano, 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 nano. All right, so we're going to have our nano micro lesson, which is a smaller lesson. So I'm looking at my board, and what I want to do here is I'm going to look, this is a quadrant, but I'm going to take the center out so that we can see. Quadrant means that there's 4. And I'm going to make this a box and make this a separate box, because I don't want you to see them as interrelated. And I ran out of space, so I turned this the other way. They're kind of like dominoes, like if you were going to play a domino game. So what we are looking for here is ending sound, the part you punch. That ending sound. Remember, if we were looking at Super Teacher, and she was lying down to help us. The beginning sound is up by her head. The middle sound is by her belt, her waist. And the ending sound is down by her feet. So we're looking for the ending sound, the part you punch. And we want to see if they're the same or if they're different. Now remember, this is phonemic awareness. We're listening. Phonics is we're looking. Phonemic awareness is we're listening. And to be a good reader, you have to be able to marry the two. And then you make a baby of a word. Okay, that was silly, but you kind of get my idea. So right now we're listening for the same ending sound. That listening skill is really important. And remember, the strategy that we used was to feel where we make the sounds in our mouth and to touch our speech motor. Your throat here is your speech motor, whether it's on or off. And then looking at a mirror or feeling our mouth, we can feel how we make the sounds to see if it's exactly the same. Did we do the same thing with our teeth and our tongue? With our lips? With our cheeks? With our throat? Or was something not exactly the same? If it's different, that means the endings are not the same. So we're using 2 tools, our listening ears and our feeling mouth, hands, and our looking eyes. I guess we're using 3 senses. Senses. All right. So here you see a number, and it's the number 5. Next to the 5, we see you wear it in winter or to garden, and it has the fingers in it. So a mitten is closed up like a paw of a bear, but this is open, but it goes over your hand to keep it warm or to protect it from thorns and from dirt. So it's a glove. Let's punch the ending sound. 5, glove. 5, glove. Put your hand on your speech motor and look at your mouth. Glove. Look at my mouth. 5. The very ending sound. I can feel my speech motor vibrating, and I see my teeth on my lower lip for both of those. Are they the same or are they different? They're exactly the same. So we're going to, it's kind of hard to put a ring around it. I hate to go over it like that. I'm going to kind of go like this because it contaminates the marker. Ding, 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 ding. They are the same. Usually you put a circle around it. That's like giving it a hug. Oh, we're showing it some love. Now let's look at this one. This is a tiger. Tiger. And this is a spider. So let's punch the ending sound. Tiger, spider. Tiger, spider. Look at my mouth. Is it the same or is it different? It's exactly the same. They both have the sound. So I'm going to kind of put a box around it. These are the same, and these are the same. Now let's come down here and sweep back. We'll come catch this one at the very end. Here's a picture of a door, and next to the picture of the door is a little dog. Door, dog. Door, dog. G. G. Did my mouth do the same thing at the end? G. G. Now, what you can do with your ears is you can turn them like a bunny. So you turn them in like this. Now you'll just want to whisper, because if you talk in a regular voice, it sounds like a megaphone and it shouts. That's why bunnies have those ears that go so big like this, because it captures the sound and it bounces off the ears like this, and it goes inside and it amplifies it, which means makes it bigger. So if you whisper, door, dog, that makes it a lot more accessible. My brain could hear it even more than when I said it loud. So that's a good trick that you can use too. Not just with these words, but with other ones later in the future. So door and dog, they don't end the same. They start the same. They'll listen, d, or, d, og, d, d. But that's not what we were asking. Remember, just like word problems in math, you have to be a math magician to know what the information they're asking you for is. And the information they're asking for is the end. Oh my goodness, I almost made a mistake there. Yeesh, I don't want it green. Talking so much, I'm getting distracted. I made another mistake. I can't even find my mistake paper. Another mistake. I'm awake, so I'm making a mistake. They're to be expected, especially by me. Super teacher makes a lot of super mistakes. Inspected, look closely at it. I was just talking, and so I just had that in my hand and I started circling it. And respected, because they tell me to pause, slow down, and pay closer attention. Become self-aware so that I can be calm, focused, and aware of what I'm doing. Now I'm calm and ready. I just get so excited when there's so much learning to be done. Let's kiss this goodbye. You are the weakest pictures. Goodbye. Let's look at this one. Here's a picture of a box. Oh, I guess I should put the little Amazon smile on it, because those are my favorite boxes. It's actually a grin, so I don't know why they say it's a smile. There are no teeth. There's my Amazon box. So that's a happy box. Box 6. Box 6. Box 6. Look at my mouth. X. It kind of sounds like a kissy sound, like a K and an S. Box 6. They both end with an X, and it's exactly the same sound. X. I don't want to use the red for that one. I want to circle it. I think I'll just put a little line around it. No circles, no hugs for it. All right, now here's our last one. Now this is vertical. These were horizontal, side to side. This one's vertical because it was out of space. B, bug. B, bug. B, bug. E, g. Put your hand in your speech motor and look at my mouth. You can get a mirror and look at your own too. Bug. G. My mouth opens wide and you can see teeth. B. My lips stay close together and you barely see my teeth. So my mouth doesn't look the same. Bug. B. It's on, but the E kind of vibrates, and the bug, when I say G, it kind of, I can feel my throat kind of push out. So that feels kind of explosive and very different than just the buzzing. The buzzing of the bee. Bug. Like bugs bug you and bees want to sting you. So they do not what? End the same. But listen. B, E, B, ug. They start the same. You're going to see this in a lot of work. They're going to try and trick you with extemporaneous information, stuff that is true, but not what they're asking. And they're going to try and trick you. Those tricky teachers, they're always out there. Shh, I'm telling you my secret. They're trying to trick you. Actually, what they're trying to do is make sure that you listen and learn and that you know what's expected of you. That's true information, but the ending sound, they don't match. So we're going to kiss that one goodbye too. Bye-bye, bug and bee. Probably you want to kiss a bug and a bee goodbye too, right? Bye-bye. Bye-bye-bye. All right, I'm going to take down the calendar. Remember, super smarties, record this information in your composition book or a notebook, or you can put it in a binder by putting it in loose leaf paper. So why don't we just move the calendar by Mother's Day. Happy day. Every day should be Mother's Day, but this day we celebrate mothers, so make it very special for her. The ending sound of mom is the same as the beginning sound of mom because mom is a palindrome. Let's go on a field trip for Mother's Day. Climb aboard the bus. Build up schema. Honk, honk, beep, beep. Normally on Mother's Day, we take a field trip to the park and they have a festival. Social distancing, no festival, no cotton candy, no hot dog, no roller coaster, no fun house. Let's take an imaginary field trip. Well, this is a learning one, so that's kind of fun, right? That's cool and fun. Oh, this is different, right? Okay, so I see, do you see them? How do you describe these? What category would this information be in? Yeah, math, right? So we're going to math it up. But these symbols all fit into the same category too. Do you know what it is? Is it letters? Is it numbers? What is it? Shh. That was your tricky tip. Shh. It's shapes. Shapes. So here I see a key, a code. These are coded. This is super fun. It's like a puzzle and a game. We have to be detectives and solve it. So here I see different shapes, and next to the shapes I see colors. So I see this shape. Do you remember what it's called? Kind of looks a little bit like a house. It's called a pentagon. A pentagon. And this one? A star. And this one? Remember, a pentagon has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides, and it looks like a house. The sides here should come in just a little bit. So let me fix that so that your brain doesn't make a mistake. They come in just a little bit. Kind of looks like a fun house, or kind of the house that you see drawn on things for Halloween. You can make it in kind of like a little bit of a scary house. So that's a pentagon. This is a star. Now look at this one. 1 on the top, 1 on the bottom. That's 2. 1, 2 on the side, and 2 on the bottom. So that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 8 sides, and this is the stop sign shape. So the stop sign shape is just like the octopus, which has 8 legs. This one has 8 sides. So this is an octagon. And this one is a diamond. And this one is a trapezoid. And this one is, look, see the trapezoid here? If you put 2 trapezoids together, they're like this, upright, and then you flip it over so it mirrors it, then that becomes a hexagon. A hexagon. All right. Those are some big words. So our hexagon is going to be orange. Our trapezoid is going to be light blue, not to be confused with our octagon, which is dark blue. Our diamond is red. Our star is green. And looks like a house, like a scary October Halloween house. Our pentagon, penta is 5, is purple. Oh, and then over here, if you see, I have a mystery shape. And we're going to make that pink, but you have to figure out which one we have left over at the end. So we're going to code it, and we're going to follow this code. So I'm going to look for the pentagons first. I'm looking for the oh, here's one. So here I see, I'm going to color this balloon purple. So this balloon has pentagons. Now look carefully. What you should do is try making these balloons in your composition book or on a white mat or a board. And instead of using if you use a board, you're going to have to use Expo markers. But if you do it on a piece of paper, you can use your crayons or colored pencils. You can use regular markers too. Don't use regular markers on a whiteboard. They will not wipe off. That'll be permanent. So I don't see another one. And I'm looking balloon by balloon by balloon by balloon by balloon by... Oh, here it is. So these two match. These are both pentagons. I don't see any more pentagons. So I see two pentagon. Can you say that? Pentagon. And make sure you try drawing it. So you will make the peak of the top is going to look like a triangle or a capital A that's spread wide. Don't put a line at the bottom of that. Instead, make lines that come off the lower points and they kind of curve in just a little bit, and then put a floor on the bottom. So a floor, two walls that kind of stretch out like you're like, oh, and then two walls that reach in at the top. Out, in, and a line at the bottom. Pentagon. Now let's try the next one. A star. I love stars. So star is green. I'm going to use a strategy of going across and eliminating. Oh, I see a star right here. So I'm going to color this balloon green. And I just shaded in. Nope, I already did that one. Nope, 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 nope. Oh, here's another one. And there's two. I think the pattern is there's two of each shape, but let's see. Nope. So this one is called a star. Now let me show you a trick. One of my 4-year-old students taught me this like 15 years ago. So I've been using it ever since. A simple way to make a star is this. So you slant down to the left, slant down to the right. So right now it looks like a capital A, right? Well, we're going to continue making it look like an A, but we're going to make the bridge across the middle, that line across the middle, stretch out past the sides. So we're going to start out here and we're going to go way across. Now we're going to put a dot here and not at this one. We're going to move that one over and come to the bottom of the A over here. And then we're going to just connect those. Then on this side, we're going to put a dot here, and we're going to connect those. And now you have a star, a simple way to make a star. When I was little, I had to learn this. Slant down, go up, across, and down, and up. That's really hard. And this is even harder. Slant, 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 slant. I have a hard time there. See, it looks kind of funny. Kind of looks like Patrick from SpongeBob. Oh, hi guys. All right, so now we've done our star and our pentagon. We're going on to the octagon and practice writing all of these, drawing all of these. Now an octagon has a line across and a line across at the bottom that's even. And then it is a little bit like a trapezoid where it slants out. And at the bottom, the trapezoid slants up. And then the sides come straight down. That is so hard. It takes a lot of practice to make stop signs. Practice, practice, practice. Practice, 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 practice. And it only looks like the hexagon on the top. The bottom looks like a flipped over hexagon, and then the sides go up. Whew. And you have to like put a hexagon here. So you have to have a hexagon, a flipped over hexagon, and then a line connecting the two. So it's super tricky. Super tricky. And we're going to use blue to look for it. Now I don't want to get confused with this because a hexagon and an octagon look really similar, but look at this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this one right here is trapezoid over trapezoid. This one is trapezoid, space, trapezoid, and then 2 lines that connect them. That's a good mnemonic. So keep that in your mind's eye when we're working. And these are very difficult shapes, which is why we spend time with them now, because you're going to need them later for geometry. And remember, you find shapes everywhere in the universe, so you really want to know the shapes. So now we're looking for the octagon. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I thought that was, but it wasn't. That's not. I already did that. I already did that. That's not. That's not. Oh, maybe this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's one. And it looks like this is 1, 2, maybe not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I really have to count those sides and the vertices. Otherwise, I get confused because my eye thinks it's seeing the same thing until I count it, and then it's so tricky. No, no, no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Whew, that was tricky. All right, so now I'm going on to the next one. The diamond is so tricky because spatially, when I make a triangle on the top, my brain wants to spread the triangle like legs on the bottom. So when we make a diamond, it's a triangle or a capital A without the line across the bottom, and then underneath is a capital V. That's the easiest way to remember. So you do a capital A, don't put the line across the middle, don't put the line at the bottom like a triangle, and then put your marker, pen, pencil right on the corner and slant down to the right, slant down to the left. So slant down to the left, slant down to the right, stop. Then opposite, slant down to the right, slant down to the left, and stop. That is tricky. No. Did it? Nope. Oh, here's one. Looks like a triangle over a triangle. These are the more difficult shapes. Did it? Nope. Did it? Nope. Yes, here it is. Now, process of elimination, it's getting easier and easier to tell which ones go together because we have less and less balloons flying in the sky. And these have helium, so that means they're filled with gas, and the gas is lighter than the weight of the air around them, and so they float up until the helium, the gas, starts leaking out of the balloon, and then they get heavier because the weight of the actual balloon gets heavier and it falls out of the air because the gas that's in there combined with the weight of the balloon is heavier than the air that surrounds it. But at first, it's so light, it can just go up into space. It looks like it goes right to heaven. All right, so our next shape is trapezoid. So a trapezoid, running out of room. Sorry, I have to put it all over the space. Is a line across, and then we slant out left, slant out right. Now this looks a lot like the octagon and the hexagon at the top. And the line goes right across the bottom. And this shape can be found in both of these other shapes. This one is two of them, and this one is one with the bottom kind of cut off and one with the top cut off, and then lines connecting them. So this is our trapezoid. No, that's not a trapezoid. No, did it. Oh, there's one. Looks like the bottom's cut off. Makes a nice platform though. Did it. No, that's two of them. No, did it. No. Yep. And these blues are so similar. I hope they don't look the same on the camera because they do look different to me. All right, so now we are on our hexagon. And a hexagon literally is a trapezoid over a trapezoid. So short line, slant left, slant right, slant left, line that connects. Try it again. A line across the top, and you might want to do a line across the bottom that's even. It looks like an equal sign or a minus over minus with some space in between. And then slant down left like you're making a triangle, the side of a triangle. Slant down right, then slant down right, slant down left. Those take some practice. Even for me, I'm a big person. I've been doing this a long time, and it's hard for my pen to get the correct shape. So just try. T-R-Y, try. Maybe you can't do it yet. That's the power of yet. Yet. Okay, there's one. That's not one. There's one. I've almost filled all my balloons. I would like balloons for Mother's Day. That would make me happy. All right, so we have one shape left, and it's a mystery shape. So what am I going to do? I don't know what I'm looking for. I do know that I'm looking for a shape that I want to use pink for. I'm not sure if the pink is going to look like the red. Let's see. I guess it's okay. So here's my pink. I was going to use brown instead, but I think I'll use red because I think the brown's going to look like the orange. It's hard when you're not using paper and markers. Those are so much easier to work with. Okay, so now I need to look, process of elimination. I need to look for the balloons that have not been colored, and there should be 2. If I'm following the pattern, these are all colored. Okay, so here's one. And here's one. Oh, look carefully. What? These don't look like they're the same. They're kind of the same, but this is a what? A rectangle. What do we call this one? We call it a square. Oh, tricky teachers. Always trying to build our schema, make us smarter and stronger and make our brains more mathematically flexible. Did you know that these are both rectangles? A rectangle just means that it has 4 sides, 4 angles, 4 corners, and 4 vertices. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So they both have 4. Now, a square is actually a special rectangle. You know why? I bet you do. I bet you don't know why. I asked you why because you think a square has 4 sides that are all exactly the same. A rectangle has 2 sides that are short and 2 that are long. But they are both rectangular, so we call them both rectangles. So what these mystery shapes have in common is they're both rectangles. They're both rectangular. But we only call this one a rectangle. This special rectangle has its own magical name, and we call it a square, so that we know that all of the sides are exactly the same. Wow, that was so much fun. My brain is like, psh, my schema has gotten bigger, but I dumped a bunch out. I hope you scooped it up and put it in your smart brain. So here's some pride. Put it inside, and then you're going to want to share that with your mom. So let me give you extra. Let me give you extra pride. Give that all to your mom. You could even give her the pride that I give you. Here, I'll give you a little bit more extra. A little more. All right, put that inside. Keep just a little and give the rest away. It's very good to share. Sharing is a good thing, especially when it's your mom, especially on Mom's Day, Mother's Day. And love. Oh, my goodness. Let me just fill up your love tank. So here's love. Tons and tons and tons of love. Take that all inside. You're going to want to give all that to your mom, or you can keep mine and give her all of yours, okay? Now, the schema store, closed now. Yeah, the shop is shut. You can come back later if you want some more. I'm going to have to refill my smart tank so that I can share some of my schema with you. But for now, I think my kids are calling me. Do you hear them? I can hear them. I wonder what they're doing. I hope they're doing something nice and not blowing something up. Doesn't sound like they're fighting. That's a good sign. Hey, maybe they're going to let me take a nap today. Yeah, they'll go on their games. Maybe they made me a sign. I hope so. Maybe I got presents and cake. Yay! And kisses and pride and love. All the same stuff you need to give your mom today. All right. Hey, I got to go. Brecken and Regan, they're calling me. So, the luckiest mom alive, which is me, and your mom, has got to go. So, super teacher, luckiest mom alive is out.